Well, the history of strategy goes back a long way. In fact, the word strategy comes from the Greek meaning the office of the general. And that's kind of fitting because there's a very clear differentiation between the work the general did, which was everything that happened before you got to the battlefield, and then what happened on the battlefield, which was known as tactics. And that's where the word strategy and tactics comes from. Now, of course, military strategy really mattered then because, we had a lot of warring nation states, and the techniques and technologies of strategy adapted along with the techniques and technologies of warcraft. So, for example, in post-World War II, with the advent of the Cold War, there was a lot more work on game theory and competitive interaction, and all of those things which we accept as being kind of normal in business strategy now. Let's play with this military parallel a little bit and explore why strategy really matters. There's a fascinating study done recently where they looked at all the wars in the last 200 years where one side was at least 10 times stronger than the other. And because history is full of wars, they actually found more than 200 of these examples. Now, it shows the limits of tactics because when both sides played to roughly the same rules, which was most of the time, by the way, the obvious happened, which was the stronger side crushed the weaker one 80% of the time. The really interesting take out of the study, though, is what happened when the weaker player changed the rules. For example, when Lawrence of Arabia changed the rule book in the way that he attacked Aqaba. Everyone expected a full frontal attack from the port, but for some crazy reason, Lawrence of Arabia believed he could make the trek in the desert that everyone else thought was impossible, and in doing so, won the battle. Now, it turns out when you do change the rule book like this, the weaker side actually wins 80% of the time, and the stronger side loses. This shows just how important strategy is in what you do before you get to the battlefield